I've got it figured.
You do?
I've had 2 separate folks tell me there have been strangers around these parts last couple nights. Can't tell what they look like, because they're staying in the shadows, covert-like. Nobody's been hurt, mind you, and that's the giveaway.
I see.
It's called probing. It's a military procedure. You send out a reconnaissance group, very small, check things out. Not to engage, but to evaluate the situation, evaluate the level of danger, make sure things are all clear.
Clear for what?
For the rest of them.
You are listening to Covert Radio.
How you guys doing? This is Covert Radio. And this is brutally honest, fearlessly unapologetic talk radio, delivering high-level discerning insight into events, people, and the contrived lies of the demented tide. And this is radio format, but I am going to have you guys look at the screen a couple times. Other than that, just turn Covert Radio on and you can listen and multitask, go about with what you were doing. So we're going to pick it right back up where we left off. You know, I want to make a couple announcements here in the beginning. I want to tell you guys something that I've said several times through the years, that email for me is confidential. I'm old school. You know what I mean? I'm old school. I don't have a malicious bone when it comes to shared information. And I always feel like if you're going to take the time to email me, we're going to keep it confidential. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. If you have something to say to me privately, you email me and it stays private. And that's why I don't disclose all of the hateful emails that Covert Radio gets. And I get great ones too, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's mostly all great. But the ones that are bad, there's such hateful trolls, and you can tell they're hardcore bears. Like, we were just talking about this last night at Liz Antoinette's stream about, the remainders, the remnant of the hardcore bears, and just how much damage they've contributed to. I was talking to Friendly Ghost. I don't know. I have no remorse for them. I don't have any remorse for Owen. I have no sympathy. That doesn't exist in me at all. I have an elevated view of the ripple effect of damage that he has done, especially, but not only that he has been enabled to do, he's been empowered to do. And the money, see, like, that's the thing with money. And I know you guys know this. If you don't, this is the honest truth about money. Money only underlines who you are. And I've watched this with my own eyes. A friend of mine lived in abject poverty his entire life. Single mother house, a brother and a sister. He was the middle. And public assistance from day one. Only male in his life was his granddad. And just poor. I mean, when he would get some money every once in a while, I remember like going to McDonald's, getting double cheeseburgers were like 99 cents. And he would literally like lick and eat the cheese off of the wrapper, like not wasting a single thing. But when he would get money, Instead of buying, say, the chips he'd normally buy, he gets Doritos. And I know that doesn't sound like a big deal to a lot of people. I always eat Doritos, Covert Radio. Just like Owen, can't imagine, cannot even begin to relate to what I'm saying. But like when you get used to a certain cheap brand, and then you get some money in your pocket, you're like, I'm going to get these, I'm going to get those. They're like $3 more a bag. Like, that's what he would do. Well, he was handed $100,000 cash. Not going to get into it. He was handed $100,000 in cash. By the end of it, by the time each zero disappeared, 3 months later, one less zero, 3 months later, one less zero. It sounds familiar, doesn't it, Owen? But yeah, well, for Owen, it's been a year or two. One more year, one less zero. And then now it's like every few weeks, every month or two. One less zero. Google, go. Don't worry, though. Don't worry. The diamond ring is coming up. BearTard Fest 2024. Yes. I think I'm going to make a jingle. Oh, Jesus. Oh, every time I talk about the romp in the woods, I get silly pants. I just don't know what happens. I really don't. Something just happens. I was turned out with Vaseline Stinker Bear in 2022 when I went to the festival. He had his own tent, of course. And I know 3-inch Meat Rocket Bear is going to be there this year. Just know it. Just know all the boys are going to go into the woods for the romp. It's like, do you have any girls you can bring? No, the bros are coming. I'm bringing my bros. Anyway. Yeah, it's early Saturday morning. I can't get lost in the sauce. I don't even know what I was talking. Oh. So yeah, every few months for him, one less zero. He blew through $100,000, and what he got out of it was a massive crack habit. His uncle was a crackhead, and I guess why in a million years he would ever put a crack pipe to his mouth. All of us are baffled. This is somebody I grew up with. We're still friends, but it's like I just can't even look at him. I'm so disgusted. He bought, it's just crazy. Anyway, money only underlines who you are. That's it. If your mentality is a broke, like very gritty person, all money's going to do is make you broker quicker. You're going to blow through the money. Like lottery ruined my life. People buying gold-plated toilets like Trump. It's like it just goes and goes and goes, and it's gone, and that's it, because you're not used to it. You don't know how to manage it. And guess what? You don't get taught that ever. Nobody teaches you that. In the event you get real money, this is how you handle it. We're slaves. We'll never be taught that. But all money does is underline who you are. Liz Antoinette has been playing some videos I've never seen, and it was making me sick last night. Oh my God, the ego and the dismissive, like, I'm so much better than you serfs. You're like, when Owen figured out he had the power to do this, he went insane with it. And it really, all that money started bringing out this wretched, manipulating, egotistical, high horse riding, delusional, changing the finishing line, changing the goalpost, distance, height, width, every other stream. There's 7 of them. Shout out to Milker Nation, who painstakingly put them together. And there's copy after copy after copy, Owen. You're never going to get rid of this. And when it's case law, there's going to be a legal record of all of this. I promise you, sir. Owen, do you really listen? Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised? I know you're in disbelief, but why are you surprised? It blows my mind that you can't believe it's over. And I don't know what part of you is deflating and degenerating every day, every stream. Is it the ego? Is it the self? Is it how soon before we get back into the heavy drug use? How soon before we get back into heavy alcoholism? Right back where you started. This downward spiral is only starting, sir. It's only really starting. And I don't understand why you're surprised. Everything is documented. What you've done is clearly documented. It's clearly provable. And in court, you will be forced to disclose everything. So you can start your shredding episodes now if you'd like to, sir. It doesn't matter. Electronic records with ISPs and phone services, by law, they got to maintain those up to several years sometimes. So it doesn't matter what you delete. Not only that, Owen, you're not the only one. So how much of the upper brass is going to sing the same song you do? You've been extremely deceptive. You've lied. You've manipulated. You've treated people like shit. You've destroyed families. You've destroyed relationships. You've destroyed marriages. That is the elevated view I'm talking about. The ripple effect. And the people that today that are still giving you money, they're only feeding this demonic evil spirit that is just a wake of blackness and a wake of destruction. And it's completely see-through. Why do you need more land? You're still trying to obtain an additional 80-some acres of property in Missouri. You're still trying to have low IQ, obedient, lost beta cucks buy you up to 80-some more acres of land on top of the 70-some that you currently privately own. There's zero infrastructure. There's zero utility. There's zero planning. There's no business plan. There's no architecture. There's no schematics. There's no paperwork for the state. There's no any type of licensing or any type of permitting at all registered in any county that your land is involved in, your private land, that other people have purchased for you. But yet, you continue to beg and raise and sell a dream called Beartaria so you can continue to enrich yourself. So I ask you, and this is any bear or anybody can answer this for me. Why do you need more land? Why have you not developed the couple acres that you actually use for your gold and gold encrusted diamond ring that you show off on Labor Day that pulls in another $100,000 or so. That's by your math, not mine. Because my math, Owen, has you right now. I have an estimated value of the private property that you own at $1 million, $1,025,910. That is the privately owned, equity-laced property that Owen Benjamin privately owns, that was purchased for him through use of weaponized rhetoric, wizardry. God only knows what spells he has cast. You taking the big KVVD? What are you talking about? There is no Beartaria. There's only images in media. There's media. You know, and I was thinking about this the other day. I want you to really listen to what I'm saying, okay? And this is all hypothetical. And I could be talking to Owen. I could be talking to anybody. By the way, I feel like I should remind everybody. Owen Benjamin is an extremely volatile and a very, very controversial public figure who has amassed close to over $1 million, a fortune in land and cash. He has been selling the same dream, the same delusion, this self-sustaining community campground investment where you can camp for 2 weeks in perpetuity for $400. He's been selling it for 4 years. There's not even a water fountain on 70 acres of land that people are still waiting to go and be able to camp on. He has robbed tens of thousands of people. He's manipulated them and lied to them. He's done it all publicly. He has targeted the public, and then he took advantage of them. While hiding, lying, and skewing all accounting, any ownership, all the transactions, there's no transparency at all. Zero transparency. And on top of that, he has done this across up to 10 LLCs. Why any one entity needs up to 10 LLCs has been proven over and over and over and over and over again by the Trade Commission and all kinds of government organizations. They're called shell companies. Owen has chose to target the public at large, and he has a handful of co-conspirators. Because of all of this, everything I just said in the last minute or so, Owen Benjamin, being a public figure, is legally held to the highest level of public scrutiny and criticism. Covert Radio has been doing an investigation into this public figure for about a year now. I've met a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people. I've interviewed some people. I've talked to people. Owen has no idea that I've talked to them. It's mind-blowing, actually. But I will get to the bottom of this. I promise you. And there will be justice. And if you want to become part of the Covert Radio Tribunal, the link is in the description. Speaking of that, again, we have a couple new Patreons. I'm not going to mention names. I did get you guys' emails together this weekend. Today is Saturday, July the 13th. Probably today, tonight, I'm going to get you out your kits, the everything you need to get onto the private Covert Radio Discord. We have a war room there. We have the barracks. We have, it's a very small group of us. Also, too, speaking of people I've interviewed, one of them is Adam Camacho, who is right now dead in the beginning part of a $1 million lawsuit against Owen Benjamin. Most of you guys know that. If you don't, I'll link a few videos in the description. You can get caught up on that. Owen has always threatened people publicly that if you try to sue him for his wrongdoings, he will use lawfare against you. And he will hire one of his buddies who's an attorney, and they'll crush you for legal fees. He has said all of this publicly. It's all on record. And that's what he's doing to Adam Camacho. Adam has a give, send, go to help with these crippling legal fees. That link is in the description. And hopefully we're going to be able to talk to Adam pretty soon. But I was thinking about something. Speaking of the delusion and the illusion of the real Beartaria, which only exists on YouTube and Instagram and a website, there really is no real Beartaria. There's working movie sets and media sets where they go and they just create media to sell this delusion. And I'm actually going to show you something here in a moment. But I know, as a media creator myself, and let's say maybe I've done videography. We're just gonna put a few examples out here. Okay, this is all what ifs. Okay, let's just say it's what if. And I'm talking about me, Covert Radio, okay? Hypothetically, I'm a videographer. Hypothetically, somebody hires me to, say, do their corporate event. And I have the deal together. They give me an idea what they want. They've seen my reel. They know what I can do, okay? And I give them a price, and they agree to it. And, I know basically what they want to do. They want to make their corporation look good because they're looking for investors. And they've invited me to a corporate picnic, and they've invited me to a weekend retreat. And through these several days, I'm going to harness all of the media I can to later edit and put together my vision of what an investor would want to look at to become part of this corporation. Now, I'm spending 4 or 5, we'll say a week, 7 days at these events. I never stop recording, okay? I never stop recording other than half hour here, 20 minutes there, time to eat lunch, whatever, and then I'm back to recording. I'm roaming, I'm sneaking, I'm hiding. Because that's when people are real. There's been psychology tests done about how people act when they know they're being recorded versus how people act when they don't think they're being recorded. So I have hours and hours and hours and hours of all of this footage. I have them drunk at the picnic and this in the bathroom and doing drugs off this counter and drinking over here, and the boss is hitting on one of the secretary. I have all this footage. But my job is to create a squeaky clean image of what this corporation is, so that people, when they view it, they'll want to be investors. And that's what I'm good at. Maybe I came from Hollywood. Maybe I've worked on massive productions. You know my work. You've seen what I can do. Covert Radio, make your magic happen. Okay. So I do. And I put together the agreed upon 45, 50-minute documentary sales pitch, investor pitch. Here you go. However, I have 7 days worth of footage. And then all of a sudden, I find out that this corporation is actually a front. This corporation is actually part, say, of the Communist Chinese. It's a front company. They're involved in espionage. All this stuff starts coming out. There's this guy, I know I had him on camera. Now he's on the FBI's most wanted list. There's this people over here. They're involved in it. I have 7 days of them romping around. What can let me see. I'm going to scratch my head nice and slow. What could I do with that footage now? It's my footage. I captured it. Legally, the law says that is my footage. I didn't have a contract with them. I was paid to give them up to 1 hour of a documentary that creates the illusion that would be a very good investment opportunity. Period. They signed off on it. They published it on all of their social media. I'm paid. Everything else is mine. Okay? I really want you to think about what I'm saying, because sometimes I wonder, like, there's this dream called Beartaria, but what is the reality? What is the reality? If I was shooting something like this and I had a 30-second cut that I wanted to squeeze in here in this section of the documentary, but I had to just watch 44 minutes of a film that I created, I took to get those 30 seconds. Well, what about the rest of the 44 minutes and, 30 other seconds? Scratching my head again. Jeez. There's probably a lot of stuff in there that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it just surprises me. Let me switch gears here. I don't know. I do know this. If Owen Benjamin owes you money, make a comment, send me your email. Surprisingly, I got more emails than what I thought I would. And I've only mentioned this one time. Again, everything will stay confidential. So if you don't feel comfortable putting it out in the public because of how sick in the head these cult members are, I completely understand that. But I think if I was also in your position, I'd be a little bit mad. Because I've noticed a pattern. They did this last year, and now they did it this year. And this is Beartaria Times, who they purposely stole the color scheme of Covert Radio, which is a deep charcoal gray and a black and this color green and white. And they stole my color scheme. That's okay. Let's see here. The Beartaria Times. This is a big money maker for them. I'm sure you can buy apps and slaps and flips and flaps on here. You can also give money every other sentence. Donate here, give us money. Donate here, give us money. But this was just published 1 day ago on July the 11th. Well, that wasn't 1 day for me, but whatever. It's Saturday morning, July the 13th. And I'm Covert Radio. Here we go. Just crushing, the title says. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Make sure. Yeah, there you go. Christopher Gardner completes first dome framing project in Missouri. Exclusive interview. How convenient. Oh, we're just crushing everyone. See? The dream is real. hey, do you want to buy tickets, our $100,000 diamond ring that we whack up every year? Yeah, no, look, it's real. It's happening, you guys. It's happening. This is a 12-foot dome on 70 acres of land in 2 different states. But it's happening. It's Dreamer Beartaria. Dreamer. This isn't a Timika. Beartaria. It's in your mind. Beartaria, it's in your heart, okay? It's real. It's still real to me, damn it. Beartaria, it's happening right here, Covert Radio, you dumb lunkhead numbskull. It's right here. It's happening. 4 years later, we built a 10 to 12 foot wire frame, and it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 bros. 14 bros. And is that a chick? And 2 dogs. 14 bros to build a... I want you to look at this, okay? Look, let's just say, let me make sure you guys can see this. I might have to blow it up. You know what? Can I open just this picture? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's pretty there. I don't know. Where's Piss? Oh, I don't know who any of these dudes are. 1 or 2 of them. But say this fella right here. This fella. I mean, to me in this picture, he looks like he's about 5'4", 5'5". I don't know. I know Permy Bears. I think he's around 6 foot. He's comfortably sitting on this wall. You know, and all these guys that are standing him, they're probably between 5.5 to 6 feet. I don't know. Maybe they're all short as hell. This guy's obviously short. But I want you to look at the compares here. The Harbor Freight generator, which is fine. I love Harbor Freight. And you have the Harbor Freight scaffolding in here. Okay, you barely fit scaffolding in here. And you have about a 6-foot guy standing here. So you're talking probably a 75-inch door, because here's the doors on the end or whatever, or 80 inches, which is standard. And you probably got about total, so if this is, say, 6 foot, you probably got a 12-foot dome. The reason I'm saying this is I know with the framing of the wall, the framing, the supports for the concrete, and the 10 or 12 screws that are holding this banding together, I could have done in probably about, 3 or 4 hours. And that's if the truck's on time and the framing's done. No problem. Me and 1 other dude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people. Yeah, here you go. This is probably a 6-foot ladder. You see right here in between these 2 guys? So you're looking at a 12-foot dome with about, and I did all the math already. This is for a reason. This is about a 24-inch tall wall by about 8 inches wide. And I figured a total distance around here about 50 feet. In that county, for concrete, by the truck, they probably spent around, I'd say, $1,200, maybe. And that's if they didn't bag it, make it, and mix it themselves. If they did that, you're probably talking about, $800 to $1,000. Because if I remember correctly, they mixed all the concrete by hand at Ursa Rio with lime and aggregate and everything. So it's dirt cheap to make concrete like that. Because you get the supplies by the ton. And you're paying like $1, $1 or so for 100 pounds of concrete. So my math, I figured about 10 yards of concrete right here. And I'm talking, that's in concrete terms. And you got this 12-foot dome. Okay, so I just want to the reason I'm showing you this is because they do this right before the festival. And now watch, this is going to be on every social media for the next week because they want to prove that there is something happening so they can fish hook more pay pigs. They've had 4 years. There's a couple death trap cordwood huts built by people who have never touched any tools in their life other than the couple who were there to oversee and guide everything. And now you have this here, which I did some looking around myself, and I was like, let's see here. I can buy a 12-foot garden dome bubble tent house for $509 on Temu. They've sold 143. It's pretty highly rated. So about $500, you can buy this exact style. You can see the grid cross hatching here. Grid cross hatching. It's the same thing. It's 12 foot, 12 foot. Though this might be steel banding. It could be PVC. Who knows what it is? $500. And then you got about maybe 800 to 1,000, or if they had it delivered, about 1,200 in concrete. So over $1 million has been raised that's gone into Owen Benjamin's pocket, but he was able to peel off about $1,500 to keep the dream alive. And you have all these cult member dolts. Either they're in on the take, like Permy Bear's top brass. Either they're in on the take, or part of it, or they're just so low vibrating, low IQ, they don't understand that they're serfs. And they don't understand they're enriching a millionaire and his banker buddy sitting there with his work boots on. $500 on Temu. Just Covert Radio, Bennett and then Temu. What about Amazon? Okay, let's look on Amazon. Bubble tent dome house camping 12 foot. Garden outdoor clear shelter geodesic. 5 to 7 people. $700. And there's so many of these listed on the internet. Anywhere from $300-$400 to $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 to $10,000. Yeah. Okay, so again, Owen was able to peel off about $2,000 to keep the dream alive and to get this article written. And see, guys, see, we're doing it. We're doing it. Beartaria. It's happening, you guys. It's happening. This is the first one in 4 years I was able to peel off 2,000. I was shaking when I was counting it up. I was shaking. I couldn't even take it. Luckily, I was able to filter it through one of the LLCs. I'll probably puke everywhere if I try to read this because I hear this clown's voice in my head. Question for Tiffer. What is the most common question about your dome builds? I often get asked how much they cost. The answer varies massively depending on how you finish and furnish your dome. When I was 9, I invented, I'm not going to do that. The foundation and framing is generally half the cost of a conventional building per square foot. What does that even mean? Conventional building? Where? Where? In the middle of Missouri in a field? Or in the middle of New York City? Clown. The purpose of the dome, how it is finished and furnished, are preferential and could only be quoted on a per-project basis. Luckily, I can draw anything, the most realistic ever. I can draw it out like perfectly. What you want? And then I'll go to like the Chinese import sites, and then I'll add like 75% on top of it. Then that's what I'll charge you. With a circular or rounded furniture, it isn't easy to find. You may want to build your own or have it custom built. I cannot. Like it matters. Really, come on. Come on. This looks like a fucking igloo. It is built exactly like an igloo. And the castle door, I built that. I came up with that design. Yeah, you're looking at about 2 foot, 8 inches, and I figured about 50 feet around. So you can see there's 1, 2, it's about a 7-person one. I'm not going to read this. I can't stomach this fucking dude. I can't. What are your plans for Beartaria Ozark Campground? That doesn't exist. Due to recent accomplishments, we have been able to, oh my God. We have been able to source the needed resources and begin basic training for a dozen builder buddies in this construction style. What does that mean? We've been able to source the needed resources. So is this all garbage? Did you cut up a porta-john? Because I don't know. I've never seen plastic banding like this. If it's steel, it could be coated. But why would you want steel-coated green, crap green, fucking, like, it's just so ugly. Why would you want that? We've been able to source the needed resources and begin basic training. Oh, this is how you put a screw in, and then this is how you put concrete in a form. Oh, God, that's rocket science, brother. This has assisted us in working through detailed logistics, figures, and plans for the domes on the Beartaria Ozark Campground. This has assisted us in working through detailed logistics. I could build this in 1 weekend. What logistics, sir? I can buy a kit for $500 fucking dollars. I can buy a kit for $700. And concrete is a no-brainer. But we have logistics? Fuck out of here. Well, you're so... Jesus. So sad. I'm happy to share that after a year... Oh, it took a year to discuss? The campground... Oh, my God. Who is the campground management team? Where is the campground management team? You better fucking watch what you're saying, sir. You better watch what you're saying and what is being published. Who is the campground management team? And I have established a plan to offer exclusive dome building workshops and begin construction on the campground. These workshops will be small groups of 12 people, all hands-on, and they will get to work with me directly throughout the process. So free labor to put a kit together that you can buy off of Temu. And God knows how many fishes you have on the hook that, see, this is what I've said they were going to do. This is their dream. Permy Bear, Owen, and I'm not naming anybody else. They want to be landlords. That's their dream. They want to whack up all 70 of those acres into little parcels for geodesic domes. And I sell them to Big Bear for $2,000. And he sells them to low IQ adult liberals for $12,000. We plan to begin gathering the names and emails of anyone who wishes to participate in these workshops. I'm excited to work with Beartaria Ozark Campground and other legends who are inspired to bring these amazing structures. Oh my God, the fuck are you talking about, lunatic? Oh, they've geodesic domes is this the new technology I brought from Bahalatarica on a remote island in the middle of the Pacific? Aliens picked me up and they said, Topher, you're going to change America and you are going to build these domes. We know you can't fathom it, so we have to show you. And they dropped me off on this island, and because I can draw anything that I see, I drew one, and now I'm bringing this technology to America. Oh my God. These have been around since the 50s and 60s. A lunatic. But see, when you're a dumb, idiot, gullible BearTard who is sitting here reading this, you probably believe him. These have been around since the 50s or 60s. And I'm saying in a kit model. I'm excited to work with Beartaria Ozark Campground and all the legends who are inspired to bring these amazing structures to the U.S. What? From Temu? From China? Is that what you mean? From Amazon? I promise you this is a kit. I promise you this is a kit. And whether he buys 100 at a time on Alibaba or some jobber, some importer on the West Coast, who the fuck are you trying to kid, lunatic? Oh my God. So yeah, get ready, guys, because they got it. This is what they do. They try to show you amazing and such amazing things are happening on the Ozark Campground. So, it's happening. Let's donate. Fuck out of here. What a joke. Yikes. All right, guys, let's just pick this right back up where we was. Now I'm in a bad mood. I can't fucking stand that, dude. I probably shouldn't even have covered that. Because it's like it's just a waste of my time. But I feel like I only tell you guys things that are so importantly, obviously a misleading lie. I'm not saying they're not doing this. Clearly they are. But how, why, when, where, how much, and what the actual reason is where I come into play. Why now? Why 4 years later? And it's not water. It's not a drain system. It's not a sewage system. It's not a bathroom. It's not a shower. But you call it a campground. But yet, what are you supposed to do? Go wash off in a creek? You can sit in a dome, but you can't use a bathroom. You can't get any water. You can't take a shower. I mean, it's a photo op. That's all it is. It's a photo op. There's no running water. None. we're gonna get deep into this. I'm gonna show you guys some things you may have never seen. Actually, I do want to play this for you. This is the level. Liz played this a few days ago. These are the guys that are standing. I'm not saying these two exactly, but this is the level. This is the mentality of the people you saw standing at that dome, who think it's the greatest accomplishment on earth that they were able to align some banding that came in a kit and put a whole bolt in it. Wow. This is the level.
Our like liberal nerdy game board friends from like our like who were like, you know, during the pandemic. So basically like we went from like our like liberal nerdy game board friends to like, but basically we upgraded our friend group as a result of the pandemic, which is fucking crazy because my wife was just like connected with all these people. All the husbands were cool.
So what he's saying is he went from his liberal microbrew drinking, game board playing cock friends to being in the woods with liberal game board playing cock friends. You understand that? I'm going to let this play for like a minute. This is so sad.
My wife had made friends with all these homeschooling, future homeschooling moms who were like, you know, during the pandemic. So basically, like we went from like our like liberal nerdy game board friends to like, but basically we upgraded our friend group as a result of the pandemic, which is fucking crazy because my wife was just like connected with all these people. All the husbands were cool, and so. Oh man, I'm gonna message you Sea Level. We gotta be buds. That's cool, dude. I'm seeing all that. So anyway, we invited all those people, and a bunch of them are like bear adjacent. Like they're not daily listeners, but they're, you know, very cool people. So we invited them and a bunch of bears. We just had a huge get together during the pandemic here with like just 80 people. Oh, we invited the owner of the local. There's like a local grocery store around here that's that has a farm. It's like an organic farm with the grocery store attached, and it was really cool. So anyway, I'd love to do another bear, like epic bear meetup like that. We've had a lot of bear lunches, but we haven't had another huge bear meetup like that.
Yeah,
I don't know why I tell that story. I'm just sharing. Like I've been
that's great.
like I've been working hard to like build the bear community, and like it's like, and I've had like some challenges with people who like, you know, especially during the rim job wars, like got really fucking weird, and you know,
I had people like during the rim job wars who like got really weird. It's like they really started seeing reality. And I was like, no, we got to play Chutes and Ladders and drink this micro brew from Indonesia. Oh, it's the greatest. Hey, do you guys want to watch Seinfeld in the background? We'll crack up and we'll play Chutes and Ladders. Hey, do you guys... Owen talks about this zoomy thing. I'm afraid of it. I mean, he held it in his hand. It looks like this real, like, futuristic thing, like a weapon or something. But anyway, guys, you want to play Chutes and Ladders? I don't know what happened to all these other guys. After Jim Bob, like, shattered the glass ceiling, like, they just got real weird. Like, they start talking about reality and like this is a cult and like daddy's a liar. I was like, no. What about Monopoly Monday? Listen, on Mondays we listen to Taylor Swift, play Monopoly, and it's a BYOB microbrew mixer. And we all wear onesies. I personally wear my Captain America onesie. You think I'm kidding, and I'm not. I know these dudes. there's only a certain level of a personality. There's not too many archetypes. I know these dudes. I know them. These are the ones that will walk around Walmart wearing a onesie. For real.
Really holier than thou. And so like I kind of got a little burned out with like trying to like reach out to like a lot of new bears, because like it kind of like people who you feel like are like really good friends, and then they're like, well, fuck you for listening to Owen, and I don't think Owen's a good guy, he's going to hell. And so it's like, you know what, like I don't need this bullshit, you know, just like crazy people. But I mean, obviously I'm, you know, diehard bear, and you know, I just haven't been like actively seeking out like more membership in the Houston bear community, because it's a little disheartening when it happens. I know you've gone through some of this.
Disheartening. You're delusional, sir, in my opinion. You're trying to recruit people into a millionaire's cult that's only based on you paying his way through life. He's unemployed. He has no income other than grifting. So how do you pitch to a person in reality, hey guys, there's this dude named Owen. He was friends with Vince Vaughn. And he has this campground. It doesn't exist. I'm sure it would get, I would love for somebody to approach me about the like, I'll give you an example. Mormons. They all have their, you know, they get their assignment or they pray about it and they get told where to go. And I'm not putting down Mormons at all. At all. I love talking to them. We've had some of the best conversations. I open the door every time. I stop and talk to them every time. I've had a Mormon hand me his Bible. Like, I would love for one of these lunatics to come approach me about Beartaria. It's never going to happen. And you're having so many problems, sir, because it's not 2020 anymore. I know it. Apparently, you're still in active trauma. And you've put this BearTard blanket around you of people that you vibrate with. You're a cult. And I know that feels weird, but you're a cult. And for people who used to call friend to tell you you're in a cult and you still don't believe them, do you know how many wives have told their husbands, fuck Owen Benjamin, this is a cult, you're in a cult, you're in a cult? For real, do you know how many times that's happened? Wake up.
Similar stuff, Joe.
Yeah, I've tried to mellow out. When there have been times when anytime these big breakups happen, I used to be a huge advocate. A lot of people would DM me, and I really didn't reach out to, I don't know, whatever. I was one of these guys who every time these big rifts happen, I say, I'm sorry it has to be black and white, but it is a black and white thing because these other people have declared to destroy the bears. That's war. We don't start the fights, but we have to finish them. So when you've got these people who say, why can't I?
We don't start the fights, but in reality, Owen tries to start new fights every week. For 100% real, in reality, Owen tries to start fights every week. He just did it to Devin Stack. There's somebody else, another comedian, that Owen purposely just tried to start a fight with. What the fuck are you talking about? And you're like, oh, I tried to like leave off a little bit. Oh, you did? So you're not shuffling around barefooted in the middle of a dark parking lot, screaming at some woman, do you know daddy? Do you know know, Daddy. Owen, he was in Hollywood. He's the most band comedian. Do you like music? Do you like comedy? Here, look. And he's showing his, like, opening his jacket like a streaker. And I promise you, bro, this woman was terrified. She had her finger on the trigger or 9-1 and ready to hit the other one. That is burned. The dude on the top, I always forget his name. That's burned deep into my brain. That just shows me how unaware of reality you are. You don't rush some woman in a dark parking lot. She probably, because of you, I promise you, she's gotten a gun. She's probably gotten her concealed carry license if it's needed in that state. And she's probably gotten the most hardcore sticky pepper bear spray. I didn't even try to do that. For real, she got merch. Oh, yeah, there's some merch. I'm going to have to pitch that. Maybe Adam Camacho. We could get some bear spray merch together for a donation for whatever to help with the lawsuit. Bear spray for real, for real, the sticky kind. Excuse me. But yeah, if I scroll down, I could probably get his name. Let me see. I don't know. Ride or die for Owen. It's like a fame Ponzi scheme. Like, I forget his name. They all know his name. But I promise you, dude, this bearded, guy on the top, I can't even watch. These dudes they're fucking lunatics. I wish I had that clip because I'd play it. But I'd play it. I promise you. This woman, you terrified her to the point of arming herself.
I have friends who are still friends with Jim Bob. Well, it's because they set out to, he said with his own mouth, he was going to end the Bears. I heard him say it. He took that one down, but if you're going to say, I still want to be friends with those people and that guy, so that's why I was so hardline. And I hate to say it, but the women were the most susceptible to these attempts to try to get them to stay friends with people who had really,
woken up and saw reality. I mean, it's the women, really. You got to watch them. That's why we believe in Sharia law, for real. The BearTard males believe in Sharia law. They have pictures of their wives dressed in burqas. For real. Lunatics. I'm only going to play another minute of this.
Yeah,
who would really like
it's just a bunch of, it's just a bunch of he said, she said, like bullshit. It ends up being like really fucking gay. So the last conversation I had with someone, I'm not going to say his name, he was basically like, and this was someone who I was, collaborating and looking to collaborate more with musically.
Sure.
And he was bailing and on a get together or something. No, he was calling to like take me to task on the Jim Bob thing. And I was like, look, dude, I was like, listen, Mr. Holier than thou. Like, I know you get high. I know you're drinking. Like, I'm a family man. I've got kids. Yeah, I listen to some comedy that, it may not like, I don't care if you don't agree with him. Like, I get to choose whatever.
See how they delusionally make their own rules. See how they change, they morph the rules as they go. He caught himself. I know you smoke some weed or whatever, drink a little bit, but and I like comedy. But so tell us about the musings of 147, necrophilia, racism, bigotry. That's more. But I'm a family man. Holier than thou. I'm a family man. But I do like to hear a grown man talk about necrophilia and say cuss words and bigotry, racial remarks in front of my little kid. I love that shit. but I'm a family man. I'm a family man.
Or comedians I like, and like this is a comedian I like, and you don't have a right to tell me which comedian I do or don't like, or I can't listen. Anyway, there's.
Yep, your voice did that fitting out thing again, so you're gonna have to do that exercise one more time. Sorry.
One more time.
Oh, wait a minute, that sounded better. I wonder if say something. Oh, maybe
Say
he
something.
left already.
Say something. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I wonder what changes. Anyway, it's back to good again.
I don't know. I just home screen and came back. I don't know. I have no idea. You can try that.
That's a good tip. I've never heard about that tip. That's cool.
I don't know. I was just trying whatever.
Yeah,
Trying whatever works.
for a lot of people, it came down to like people getting a hold of you and saying who they think you should listen to.
Dude,
We weren't the ones who went on the offensive. In my opinion.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is they were getting so aggressive. There was a bear here who I can't remember his name. I do remember his name. I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah,
we had lunch one time. And he hit me up and just to be like, yo, like I'm really worried about your soul if you're still listening to Owen. I was like, fuck you. Get out of here, dude. Like these people, it's just like such horseshit. Like I don't know. It's just really disgusting. So
All right, cuck. There you go. Your wife will be leaving you too. You're in a cult. You're not destroying my children. You're in a cult. You're in a cult, sir. You're in a cult. Yeah, Josh Denny is the new target for Owen Benjamin. Josh Denny's a comedian. You guys can see the screen here. This is his ex. Let me see if you guys can see that. Yeah. So, yeah, this is his ex here. Flawless victory, Josh Denny says. Mention a man's secrets and watch him scurry like a roach. It wasn't me calling him gay, still my opinion, or me threatening to sue him. It was me mentioning his current lawsuit where he's being sued by a former bear. He's desperately trying to keep that one under wraps. You've been blocked. Oh, yes. You've been blocked. Owen Benjamin has blocked you. And, this all started with Owen just picking a fight, randomly going and mentioning this dude's name and, saying, oh, you still can't. Just anything to be relevant. Anything to be relevant. Trying to stay in the sphere of comedy or whoever's popping or, whoever's getting some notoriety somewhere. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And I did actually comment on that. We're not going to get into that now. But I want to just start right where we left off. Let me see where we're at. Man, we're already at an hour, and I just feel like all I've done is waste time, waste you guys' time and mine. But I feel it's so important because you have to start looking at this for what it is. It's all manipulation. It's all manipulation. I want to pick up right where we left off. I'm going to again blow your mind. I'm going to show you things you probably have never seen, and we're just going to hit play right where we left off. If you guys watch the last video, you can see this is right where we left off at 12 minutes and 47 seconds. So I'm going to just hit play. Here we go.
Now you guys might say, don't look at that big bear. I don't look at Reddit. I don't go to any of this stuff. These comments don't bother me. But you have to do an anatomical breakdown of how a lie starts and then all the horrible damage it does. And everybody that goes along with it are partially responsible. Here it says, comedian Owen Benjamin has officially secured land at 775 Earl Lane Road, Bonners Ferry, Idaho, which, by the way, was the first time that address was ever shown to the public. That's called a quote-unquote doxing. That's done by the same people that claim that the doxing is the worst thing you can do in the world, which includes just showing.
Well, wait, no, sir. No. This is property acquired by an LLC. And I have slightly different information, but we'll go with this. Nonetheless, this property was acquired by an LLC. And because of the laws in the United States of America, the Federal Trade Commission says that the public has a right to view assets of a limited liability corporation. We have the right to view tax records of a limited liability corporation. So I know you want the BearTards to believe you were doxxed. You weren't. This is an LLC. This property or something near there is owned by an LLC. So you can't have it both ways.
Showing someone's face. For his new Ruby Ridge style compound, of course, that is to evoke emotions and fear in the local residents, and has invited, all caps, everyone who contributed $400 or any amount to begin making their way there. We can now begin creating the beautiful Dream Bear Village Owen promised us. See you guys there. Okay? So how does this work? This is manipulation. This is projected in-group preference. It's saying, hey, fellow bears, remember how he promised us that we can have our own land and our own place to live? See you guys.
See how he just reframed the reality of what this says? He's leading people to see what's not said, would see what's not there and to hear what wasn't said. See how they just said, and I'm going to tell a bunch of fucking lies of what he did not say? Owen, you didn't say that you wanted to have a compound bear village? Sure you did, buddy. It's on record. Sure you did. I played it last video with the shooting ranges, the equipping children, teaching them how to shoot. Vertac, couple miles down the road, you're having your fitness trainer come in from LA for military style training. You're going to have shooting ranges, tactical training, workshops. You're going to be the hub of saving Western civilization, was your exact words. If you don't believe me, listen to the last video. I'm not going to waste everybody's time because I have a whole bunch of other stuff to go after. And you want to talk about Ruby Ridge, Owen? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. And again, I'm a firm believer in showing data, okay? Now, let's take a look at this. I want to show everybody this map. This is Google Maps. See this red line at the top? That's the Canadian border. That is the Canadian border, okay? Now, the important thing to look at here, let me see, I got to find it. And I got to get rid of this. This is just pissing me off. Can't stand that, dude. The red line is the Canadian border. And nope, we're not getting this. Let me get rid of that. I got to get rid of Ride or Die for Owen. Oh, those dudes make me sick. Okay. Okay, so you know, right here, you see. Well, that's not what I wanted. Right here. That is not what I wanted either. But anyway, I got so many windows open. Right here is the Canadian border. Okay. You see this green line? I'm gonna make it a little smaller. This is the county line. This is all one county, Boundary County. Ursa Rio is in Boundary County. The original compound that Owen tried to sell everybody for $1.5 million, he tried to fundraise, that he said was 211 acres, had 30 some outbuildings on it, 50,000 square feet lodge. This amenity, that amenity, full service, this. Okay. This is where it was located or is located. And Ruby Ridge is right here near Naples. Ursa Rio, several miles from the Canadian border, the original 211-acre compound, and Ruby Ridge. All of these you can get to within about a half hour of each other. From the original compound to Ruby Ridge, you're talking 10 minutes. From Ursa Rio to the original compound, you're talking 20, 25 minutes. They're all in the same county. They're all in the northeastern part of Boundary County. They're a stone throw away from each other. Literally. Miles away from each other. So that's the reality, Owen. Maps don't lie, do they? Addresses don't lie. Do Google Maps lie? Go ahead.
Guys there, this is from okay? So how does this work? This is manipulation. This is projected in-group preference. It's saying, hey, fellow bears, remember how he promised us that we can have our own land and our own place to live? See you guys there. This is from a troll account.
It doesn't say that at all. Where does it say that? You're the one that said for $400 you can come and camp. You've changed it so many times. 2 weeks, year round, this, that, indefinitely, for a week, you've said. I mean, it's all documented, sir, and it will all come out in court.
That attempts to make money mocking me, slandering me, and taking me out of context publicly on YouTube for money. Okay?
Oh, no, so... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. If you're a still bear after this, like, now people are taking you out of context because they're putting together Adderall-fueled, raging fucking podcasts that you've done and cutting up, and putting together segments of said podcast. That's taking you out of context? Yes, like everything on that's different than what I tell you is AI. Like that's what it is. And please send your $400 for your benefit for my pocket. I mean, we got to buy. For the campground, if you want Beartaria to come true, and you want to say, wait till the election gets closer. How he's going to start? He won't. He's probably not going to be in the position to do that by then. So September, October is the real heavy time of political battles. And when they really start, Biden's going to declare martial law and suspend the election. That's when all that's going to start. So wait till then. Watch how many geodesic domes are going to be underway then. And it's going to be, and guys, we have a water buffalo now, 10,000 gallons of rainwater. You get there, it's a fucking sprinkling can.
So why do this and then delete it? Because this starts the narrative. The narrative being that I'm promising someone utopia. That for
it's deleted? I could probably find this right now. Again, he just cannot fucking stop lying.
$400, they can live permanently on land. Then after that narrative starts, they can say, I pocketed the money like a real criminal and used the money to buy my own house. Okay, I'm not going to do voices. I promised myself I'm not going to get angry. So why do I care? Just ignore it, right? Well,
hold on a minute.
Hold on.
I don't know what that error is. Here we go. I was trying to hit pause because I don't even know if I can listen to this. Owen, where is the campground? Or where is the money? You raised, by your own words, $200,000 in one day. Then you stated you raised an additional $70,000. In between time, there have been days you won't even disclose the amount of money. You're cherry picking through mail that you're so excited your P.O. box was overflowing with cash and checks. There is no public accounting to date of the money you solicited from the public. And you've constantly changed the goalpost. Constantly. So the only thing that's real is that you got close to $1 million over 70 acres of land privately held among your own LLCs and a $1,500 geodesic dome kit that was bought off Temu. Where is the money? So you see how he has, and then they say I bought my own house. Where's the accounting, Owen? Because from my records, you paid $79,000 for Ursa Rio, but yet you told people you paid $280,000. There's other estimates that you've paid $179,000. So it's either, we'll say $80,000. You've either paid $80,000, you've paid $180,000, or you've paid $280,000. How can there be that much discrepancy for something you're funding from the public? Why is that, Owen? Because you're hiding and lying and manipulating and shuffling and changing and redefining everything every other day. Bury the lead, bury the lead. It's simple. It's simple. Show the records. You won't do that. All you're going to do is use rhetoric, manipulation, mind fuck, wizard war, wizard game, mind games, right? In hopes a bunch of low IQ retards believe you. But that number, even that number is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, right?
That's fine. I agree with that. Like, don't get in fights with people that are just
Where were we at here? Come on. 12 minutes.
looking to piss you off.
Yeah, right around in here somewhere.
Everybody that goes along with it are partially responsible. Here it says, comedian Owen Benjamin has officially secured land at 775 Earl Lane Road, Bonners Ferry, Idaho, which, by the way, was the first time that address was ever shown to the public. That's called a quote-unquote doxing. That's done by the same people that claim that the doxing is the worst thing you can do in the world, which includes just showing someone's face. For his new Ruby Ridge style compound, of course, that is to evoke emotions and fear in the local residents, and has invited, all caps, everyone who contributed $400 or any amount to begin making their way there. We can now begin creating the beautiful Dream Bear Village Owen promised us. See you guys there. Okay? So how does this work? This is manipulation. This is projected in-group preference. It's saying, hey, fellow bears, remember how he promised us that we can have our own land and our own place to live? See you guys.
Which has never happened. I'm sorry. I can't. I cannot stand this fucking liar, man. Oh my God.
This is from a troll account that attempts to make money mocking me, slandering me, and taking me out of context publicly on YouTube for money. Okay? So why do this? And then delete it? Because this starts the narrative. The narrative being that I'm promising someone utopia, that for $400 they can...
You did promise people utopia to the point of telling people that Beartaria is in your heart. You did. Guys, we'll have children. Like, you promised everything under the sun. There was not one stone you left unturned. You did. You did. And it's all going to come out in court. And it's all going to keep coming out in videos.
Live permanently on land. Then after that narrative starts, they can say I pocketed the money like a real criminal and used the money.
Where is the campground? Where is, you raised for $1.5 million for 211 acres. Knowingly, you said, and guys, at anything above 10 acres, you don't have to follow any ordinances. Then you lie and you say it turned out to be a bidding war and that we lost it, guys. We lost it. Thanks for the several $100,000 you just put in my pocket in the last week. But no, yeah, I can't bring myself to spend it on this. No, now this is going for what I want it to go for. And by all accounts, how do you go from 211 acres raising several $100,000 to 10 acres landlocked in ordinances that you will never get commercial zoning for? Knowingly. And again, all of this was proved in the last video. I'm not going to let you continue to I will stop you every sentence if I have to. My estimation that you raised for Ursa Rio for the since it all started, since day one, guys, I found this campground, or I found this compound is what he kept saying. This is all in the last video. I'll link it in the description and you could click on it at the end of this video. 211 acres, 50,000 square foot lodge. Okay, I'm going to show you it right now in a moment. I'm going to show you it. So my estimation at the height of his popularity, I'm estimating he raised $750,000, no less. He admitted to around $500,000. He admitted to around $500,000. $200,000 he raised in one day. So if he admits intuitively, I've said this since day one, if he's going to admit to 500, double it. I'll be easy on you, Owen. I'll say it's 750,000. My records and the tax records, you've paid either 80,000 for those 10 acres, which averages out in that county, in that general northeast area, because the 211 acres was around $7,000 an acre. Why wouldn't 10 acres be around $7,000 an acre? And the fucking compound had 50,000 square feet. I'll show you the pictures. So he wants people to believe he spent over $250,000 for a piece of 10-acre property with nothing on it, or he could have spent a little bit more and got all of this. Here, you know what? Let's just look at it now. Let's look at it now. Boy, I can't take this fucking motherfucker, man. Here it is. This is it. This was the original compound right here. 139 Success Lane, Naples, Idaho. 211 acres. You guys see this? Approximately 45 buildings. Nearly 50,000 square feet. $1.5 million. The buildings alone are worth that. But this lying, manipulating Luciferian wants you to believe he spent $280,000 on 10 acres with nothing on it. My records say you spent $80,000 on those, which again lines up to this, that sold for around $7,000 an acre. This is what he was fundraising for. Let's go through some of these pictures. Here's where he wanted the castle walls to be built. This is where him and Amy and the boys were going to live for free while you pay for the taxes every month. You pay for the maintenance. And this huge, massive piece of land, even if you gave him $10,000 and nobody can live on it because me and my family will be living on it and I got to do maintenance. I wish to God I could show you some footage right now of the capabilities of Owen Benjamin when it comes to any fucking maintenance or as simple as cutting a piece of wood. So you see 45 buildings, 50,000 square feet, 211 acres. Most people can't wrap their mind around how much 211 acres are. Groomed, cut, clear cut. And you could start building him his castle walls. His exact words in my last video. Here we go. Let's go through some of this. One of the buildings. Oh, somebody gave you grifter, $10,000 and they wouldn't be able to live here? Well, the movie star can't have it, ego boy. Boy, Owen, by the time this is all over, your ego is going to be burning on a sidewalk beside you. Look at this. Another building. Metal roofs, last 100 years. Look at this. What is that? Cedar? They're log cabins. It could be, what do they call it? The composite wood that'll never rot. You got a loft here. Look at all that. Wheelchair ramp. Okay. Well, goody. Owen at least had a dumpster pulled up. Another building. Here's an aerial shot. Building. He talked about, and I'm going to play it. Oh, they're here. We'll play it right now. Here we go. This is where basically I left off in the last video. Here's the Nordstrom Bandit coming in.
It's a small town, so you can kind of do whatever you want with it, but it has so many structures on it. It's laid out beautifully. There's like an awesome, what is it, like a zip line course? Like, I don't know.
Guys, there's zip line course, there's teepees.
It's really,
there's
really
a giant, like, 20,000 square foot structure that you could make a theater, you can make a meeting place.
Geographically, it's like in such a great spot.
Shooting range, yes. So I don't even know how I could fundraise. I'm kicked off all those sites, but maybe we can do checks and start like a separate bank account or something. So
maybe?
You guys are in. I really think we can do this. Because I can get together a couple $100,000 myself. I just have to sell everything, including my own dick. Want to know what else we can do to fundraise? Mine and Amy's books. This will motivate me to finally do the book and Amy's book.
Oh my God. See, this is just straight robbing people. Book about what, sir? What? Nothing. I'm talking to you. Nothing. Look over here. Book about what? Nothing. A nothing book about nothing, written by a nothing. And another book, probably plagiarized in my opinion, that would be about farm cooking, farm from the pre-constructed Chinese greenhouse to the table with my farm-esque farm utensils and farm clean living farm. And by the way, here's my wish list. Here's my Christmas wish list for Nordstrom. I'm not allowed to go in there anymore. I got my eye. Got my eye on this sweet jacket, but I'm not allowed to go in there anymore. Shucks. I don't know, something for some reason. Credit card, I don't know, gift card fraud. I don't know, something. I don't know. Anyways, there in the back of my book is my 2020-21 Nordstrom Christmas wish list.
I hate taking money for free. Just know that. No one's ever given me money for free. Like, I will.
Huh?
Emailed you? Yeah.
Except everybody has given you money for literally nothing but rhetoric, lies, manipulation, and wizardry. So your stunting and your chivalry is lost, clown. Oh my goodness. Father O'Malley's to take me in the restroom just like that. So effing hard right now. I can't even think. Was those showers too? We could put a steam bath in there. I guarantee we could.
Yes. Beartaria, 211 acres. Shooting range, theater, campfire, training for kids. The sky's the limit. It would take a while to get going. Not that long. It's completely functional. Guys, I really think we can do it. I really fucking think we can do it. Piano album. I'll do all that in the next day. Here's my book. Here's my piano album.
I bet, buddy. Piano album on songs you memorized when you were 10 years old, but you're going to sell other people's music. Tommy Sotomayor did the exact same thing. Just like Umar Johnson with his P.O. Box family. What's that say about you, Owen? You can talk about bike riders all you want, but you know what? You're worse. You're literally worse. For real, demon.
Beartaria. Everything at Unbearable's merchandise will be $400. Holy shit.
Except that really happened. That really happened. And Liz was playing a stream before or earlier yesterday. Owen, at the height of his ego, just pocketed another $100,000 this week, 50,000, 100,000, and he's just ban. Oh, did you look at me wrong? Ban for life. Oh, you don't hear that shit anymore, huh? Please. No, don't banning. No, God, no. Let him say whatever he wants about Mama Jean. No, do you have $1? Do you have $1? You can spit in her face if you want. You have $1? But back then, ban. He was going off on somebody who wrote a book or something and used gravy or biscuits in it, and he fucking melted down. And like publicly destroyed this person who's probably given him thousands of dollars. But yet here he is constantly raping the input of the people who are watching him, siphoning off their ideas, their jokes, their ideas, their jokes. But he even gets an inkling that you're using a word like gravy. He loses his shit. Entitled fancy boy, right?
Yeah, we could sell shit from unauthorized unbearablesmerchandise.com. We could sell tickets to Beartaria. But see, I don't want to be responsible if we don't hit our limit and buy it. Because that's why I didn't start a legal defense fund for the Patreon shit, because it looks like we're not going to need it. So, and I didn't want to have to return people's money. Like, people are writing me, like, I'm in. How much money do you want? I'm like, none.
You didn't want people's money because you thought you were going to land into a multi-million-dollar payday. And God forbid you would have to whack that up with the people that it affected. That's why you paid for their legal fees. No other reason. And that's why you wouldn't fundraise, because you and Vox Day wanted to whack up the millions of dollars you thought you were going to get. Let's be honest. I'll be honest for you. Go ahead, sir.
Because if I didn't need it, I'd feel it would fucking mess with our relationship. I think we have a couple weeks that we can gather together the checks would be the ideal way to do it. $400 is one day pay for me. I mean, yes, guys, that's what I'm talking about. Think about what you can get back for that. We can set up a place where we teach our kids how to be men. Call it Bear B&B. Oh, Bear B&B. Yes. Love Bear B&B. Guys, we can do stand-up prostate checks at the gate to keep sodomy levels to a minimum. Ryan will be in charge of that. I mean, only one finger. We're not gay. 5,000 to open for your first show. Haha. Hey, I'm listening, buddy.
Oh, you bet he is.
Fuck yeah. Guys, we're reworking education. If we can get $1.5 million within 2 weeks, we can have Beartaria. 211 acres in an area secured by bears politically in the most beautiful part of the country, 5 hours from Amy's parents, so we wouldn't even be leaving Amy's parents, with an area that we could have retreats, campfires, endless possibilities. But if we don't hit the goal, I want to figure out how I want to figure out how I would get you the money back. I'll give 1,000. Oh, Beartaria could seriously fucking have it.
And the only time he's given money back, which he never has that I know of, he has made such a public spectacle of anybody who has asked for their money back to the point where he whirls himself up into a frenzy. Then he feels attacked, and he's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. That's why you can't be afraid of this Luciferian. Does Owen Benjamin owe you money? It's all right here. It will all come out in court. He just said, if we don't get the 211 acres, I will get you your money back. Instead, he pocketed several $100,000 and by all accounts, I imagine, so begrudgingly had to peel off $80,000 for a landlocked piece of shit with nothing on it that he knew would never pass commercial ordinance. Again, came out of his mouth.
There's a 50-50 chance we don't hit the mark, and I don't want to keep any of your money if we don't hit the mark. Retreat to the Mountains. Incredible offering consists of 211 acres with approximately 45 buildings, including nearly 50,000 square feet, former home of Four Seasons full-time residential school, and summer wilderness camp. Allows for endless opportunities. Brought tear to my eye. Right. Now you guys see, do you think we can get that? Holy God. Yeah, guys, this is once in a lifetime shit. I'll throw in 10K. Oh God, we could seriously get Beartaria. Love, someone said they'd throw in 10K. You get something named after you, where I can actually live with my family there and not be creeped out when people are staying there because it's so fucking big. And bear in mind, I'm not saying everyone's moving to Beartaria. Just understand that. Just for the record, I'm not starting a town. I'm starting a retreat. I'm starting a place where people can come on retreat, bring their families, like learn shit, commune with each other, grow things, learn how to homestead. Guys, that's our hill. Man. Again, just to start off on a very straight thing, though, I don't want people to think like, if I get $400, I can live on the hill. Let's say a few people live there and work there, and then me and my family, and we have shows there and meetings, and it's a club, it's private, there's no fucking ordinances, there's no laws. We could get people elected. We could get people, like, that's what we need. It's like, people always talk about shit, but they never do it. And some of you will die on that hill. That's right. There'll be a gun range? Yes. Guys, I want a whole thing where we teach kids how to shoot. That's $2 million. We could hire a staff and do renovations and buy it with cash. $1,000 down to my... Oh my God, we could seriously do Beartaria. I wasn't planning on starting to look at Bear Trail until we were done with fucking Patreon. Patreon's crumbling. They're trying, the whole point of their lawsuit against the Bears is to try and like get us to pay all these fees. It's so gay and dumb. PayPal to COD. I'll have a plan tomorrow. Why a cashier's check?
Because it's more, it's usually banks like it more because it's already cleared.
Well, we have a
Oh boy, she wants. Ooh, you know, Amy, I used to feel a little bit sorry for you, but you know what? I'm really starting to figure this out with you and your dynamic in this. I'm really starting to figure you out, bro. Make sure it's the cashier's check. La casita. This car. Look, I just said I'm paying back. Yeah, but I mean, the cashier's check, there's no trace. There's only a little stub that people throw away, and then, you know, they'd have to sue us or whatever. If there's a personal check, oh boy, gosh, golly, gee, that surely is a record, because that'll go right to the bank. Cashier's check's just as good as cash, and it's just untraceable pretty much. I mean, it is, but, you know, you have to work at it. It's not as traceable as a personal check. And plus, you know, personal checks bounce, and I like to know every day how much I can spend. You know what I mean? Because I am trying to get this Porsche, but, you know, I don't know. Let's see, I'm just trying to get a cashier's check. That's all.
couple weeks. No, I know. It's just I don't want to make them do more shit than they have to.
Yeah, just send money. Just send money.
So everybody that donates would be invited to a giant Beartaria party.
But yet but even if you donated $400, you still have to pay to go to the giant Beartaria party. You still have to pay. And you still have to pay to pull your car or truck or RV onto land that these people bought. But yet there's nowhere to really, there's no hookups, there's no camp, there's no established path, there's no established trail, there's no path over to the washroom, there's no path to the showers because they don't fucking exist. I can't take this.
And there's going to be tiers. I can't make it so if someone donates 5,000, they get the same as someone who donates 10. It's not fair. But anybody that's a part of it gets to come for a big Beartaria party. People are going to attack me on Reddit for, he's trying to exploit everybody. I've come through on fucking everything.
You what? What have you come through on? The only thing you could possibly use at that point was a Patreon that you lost, and you purposely paid all fees because you didn't want to share the millions of dollars you thought you were going to get. Who the fuck are you kidding? Of course you're exploiting them. Everybody listening to your voice at this point in time were trauma bonding. They were trauma bonding, and a wizard took advantage of you. Do you know how many people are in prison right now for doing that exact same thing in business, Owen, during COVID? You think you're going to fucking get away with this? You're not! Here we go, day 2!
So my realtor just told me that they already have 4 offers on it, and I need $1.7 million in cash in like 2 days. I'm not going to get that. Because I was so pumped. We got 10% of our goal immediately without even really, just from streaming from piano last night. So this.
Okay, wait, no, wait. So 1.5, he said 1.7's the new, but there's been 4 bids. So what are they bidding? 1.5.5? 1.5.6? Maybe. You can already tell this is where the lie started. Day 2, the manipulation and the ego started. Big time. Big time. He's looking off to the right, so he's accessing the left part of his brain, trying to be Hold on. Let me just take it back here. Come on, buddy.
So my realtor just told me that they already have 4 offers on it, and I need 1.7 million in cash in like 2 days. I'm not gonna get that because I was so pumped. We got 10% of our goal immediately without even really, just from streaming from piano last night.
Okay, so even say if you were the original goal was 1.5. Okay, I'll give you that. 100 and no, I don't want to get this wrong. Hold on. I don't. Let me get. You know what? I think it's time. Yeah. I think it's time. I think I'm going to have to put this data into the GRIFT-O-matic 1000. This is my military grade supercomputer, the GRIFT-O-matic 1000. And these numbers, I just want to make sure, I want to hold it in my hand. I want to make sure all the calculations are correct. Let me get this data into the GRIFT-O-matic. And then hit send. Okay, there we. Oh my! Wow. So let me make sure you got what 10%. I want to make sure I have everything
so
right.
My realtor just told me that they already have 4 offers on it, and I need 1.7 million in cash in like 2 days. I'm not gonna get that because I was so pumped. We got 10% of our goal immediately without even really, just from streaming from piano last night.
Okay, so that's what I have here. So let me get a printout of this. Okay, guys, let me see here. Oh, sorry about that. Get this here. All right. Okay, let me see here. All right, here we go. Now, 10%. Yeah, I got it. The GRIFT-O-matic 1000 computed. That would be $150,000. That's what he admitted to in one day. One day. One stream. $150,000. That's without any banking account set up. There's no P.O. box at this point. This was all gimme. This is when he started realizing, oh my God. Babe, pack your bags. We're going to Hawaii.
So this is the plan moving forward. The best way to do this is we dream and come up with stuff, but don't dream in a way that's like you get resentful or it didn't come through. Like right now, last night we had this amazing stream about Beartaria, Ursa Mountain. We fundraised 10% of $2 million immediately just from that stream. You know, we're all fired up. It's perfect.
Nope. He just said it. There's a new map. He's a new number.
Ursa Mountain. We fundraised 10% of $2 million immediately just from that stream.
Okay. Well, GRIFT-O-matic. I got to put new data in. Oh, God. Let me get a printout. Oh, let me work my way over. Let me take a look here. Ah, Jesus. Oh, my God. I can't. That's $200,000. $200,000 in one day. So if your goal was 200, my head hurts. Thank you, GRIFT-O-matic. The goal was actually 2 million. It was 1.5. So whatever he wanted the 500,000 for, probably, who knows? The goal was 2 million. The property was 1.5, And you could see that it was completely ready to go. It's ready to go. The power's on. Look at the kitchen. Look at his fucking kitchen. There's $15,000, at least $20,000 of equipment in here. That alone. $200,000. Look at the duper's delight. Look at the smirk.
You know, we're all fired up. It's perfect. All this. And then my realtor's like, oh, they already have 4 offers and you need proof of funds in 3 days for $1.7 million. I'm like, oh.
Well, I'm going to call the realtor, Owen. I'm calling the realtor. Just like I called the brothers. Just like I called the father and son. I'm calling the realtor. This is all coming out in court. And if I don't get a hold of her and she doesn't want to talk to me, she'll be subpoenaed. We're going to see. We're going to see.
Well, that's the end of that. If you want to still be a part of this, what we need.
So that's the end of that. Just put 200, and that's what he admitted to. $200,000. Yeah, Amy, I'm telling you, Amy. I mean, if these idiots gave me $200,000 in one day, I mean, come on. I mean, you know what I mean? Come on. I mean, I'm talking new house. We'll get some bullshit, 10 acres, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm building my baby a house. We're going to have a gate just like all the Hollywood stars. How I always wanted to when I had my little shit apartment in West Hollywood. I seen all the gates when I'd go up for the special boy parties. Of course, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to come in the front entrance. I only came in the back door. But I remember seeing a gate, and I always said I want one. Totally want one. Now these idiot BearTards are going to be buying it for us. I just love it. You know what, babe? I'm feeling naughty tonight. Get the 14-inch. Get number 14 out. Yeah.
It's time travel. So we need to have
Amy's
funds first.
Omi's like, hey, Omi. Omi. That should be the name of your... Never mind. I'm not giving you any ideas. That's probably her idea. Oh, Owen, you were the good boy. You know what you get. Let me get number 14 off the top shelf. I got new buckles put on it and everything, so it's definitely not going to slide off. I guarantee you. Look at this. Look. I closed it. Damn it. Oh, boy, hold on. Now I got to find it. Yeah. I mean, this is too much right here. I hope it's on here. Ooh, wait a second. Because I'm telling you guys, anybody who talks about schlong the way this entity does, I mean, come on. And everybody knows, Owen, it's okay, buddy. It's okay, right? Come on, let's see here. There it is. Yeah. What's this, Owen? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You know what's crazy is I just commented about this. Maybe Boone Cat was listening. Boone Cat's a genius, you guys. He's very creative. He's funny as all get out. Shout out to Boone Cat. He made I meant to cover that too. I'd have to find it. But the last time I covered Topher, when he won the national competition, drawing Johnny Five, Boone Cat did he found it. He found Topher's award-winning nationwide prize, better than reality drawing of Johnny Five, the robot from Short Circuit. And yeah. And this is, Alpha Boy being made to wear a woman's leotard that's 2 sizes too small. Not a problem. Not a problem. There you go. Get number 14 out tonight. Yes. Oh, you better believe it, big boy. Yes, you're doing good for mommy. Yeah. Keep bringing me that money. Totally.
And everyone knows it. I don't have to convince you guys this.
Here we. Oh wait, what's he saying?
Horse riding.
What else, buddy?
And then look, and then when we can buy something, we can. And what I can promise is a good chunk of area for the people that contributed a good chunk where they can camp whenever they want.
Okay, so now that was this was already, you said we're not getting the 211 acres, right? You just said that. It's out of the price range. You only raised only $200,000 in one or 2 days. We'll say 2. I mean, whatever. Nobody knows. It's all secrets. It's all manipulation. It's all just gimme. $200,000 in 2 days, 1 or 2 days. The 211 acre is gone. One of the kitchens there. Gone. Okay? Out of your price range, supposedly. So now you're talking about a new opportunity, but here's the new rules. 48 hours later, after 200 plus thousands raised, we're already changing rules.
Promise is a good chunk of area for the people that contributed a good chunk where they can camp whenever they want. Because I can't guarantee a cabin. I can't guarantee property rights. I can't guarantee that you can have your wedding there. What I can guarantee is we start with something. I want all those things that I just listed, by the way. But we start with something as simple as campgrounds. We've already reached 10% of our $2 million goal.
4 years later. Now he just said, I mean, this is probably at least the 10th time in just 2 videos, several days apart, that he has exchanged your $400, your $5,000, your $10,000, your $200, your $1,000. Any amount of money pretty much is buying you rights to camp on said property. Okay? But here's Noble Bear. Here's Daddy, the gravy slinger, the dragon slayer. Okay? Under oath. Maybe he wasn't under oath, but he's given testimony at a meeting about Ursa Rio.
And so I'm really glad that you got to hear us today, and I hope the community understands me a little better. And you don't need to like me, I understand. I do controversial jokes, but the videos a lot of people saw were about a property that I did not buy. And I've never solicited money in exchange for any use of this property at all. That was another property that I did not buy.
Okay, so, but yet you just said we're not buying that property. All right, let's take it back 30 seconds.
So my realtor just told me that they already have 4 offers on it, and I need $1.7 million in cash in like 2 days. I'm not going to get that. Because I was so pumped. We got 10% of our goal immediately without even really, just from streaming from piano last night. So this is the plan moving forward. The best way to do this is we dream and come up with stuff, but don't dream in a way that's like you get resentful or it didn't come true. Like right now, last night we had this amazing stream about Beartaria, Ursa Mountain. We fundraised 10% of $2 million immediately just from that stream. You know, we're all fired up. It's perfect. All this, and then my realtor's like, oh, they already have 4 offers and you need proof of funds in 3 days for $1.7 million. I'm like, oh, well, that's the end of that. If you want to still be a part of this, what we need is time travel. So we need to have the funds first and then look, and then when we can buy something, we can. And what I can promise is a good chunk of area for the people that contributed a good chunk where they can camp whenever they want.
let's have the money first. We're going to find a piece of property, and then you can camp anytime you want.
I'm really glad that you got to hear us today, and I hope the community understands me a little better. And you don't need to like me, I understand. I do controversial jokes, but the videos a lot of people saw were about a property that I did not buy. And I've never solicited money in exchange for any use of this property at all. That was another property that I did not buy. So I hope that helps people understand.
Yeah, crystal clear, buddy. And it's going to have a jury understand. If you're that stupid to let this go to jury, it's going to have a judge understand. It's going to be crystal clear, Owen, because you can't make the internet disappear. You cannot make the internet disappear. Hence, a judge is not under the delusion of your wizardry. That only works on very low IQ people. And even at that, those numbers are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm Covert Radio. We're at 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. This is brutally honest, fearlessly unapologetic talk radio. Please take a look in the description. There's going to be links in the description. Please try to help Adam Camacho. And I'm saying, you think like, oh, well, what's $5 going to do? Trust me, he needs help. I'm going to try to get an interview with Adam here soon, but it's crunch time, and there's a lot going on in the background. But please, if you can help him, please do. If you want to become part of the Covert Radio Tribunal, again, thank you for joining the last couple people that came in. I wish, I'd love to say your names right now, but I don't, that's not what we do. Everything here is covert. You know what I mean? And it's up to you. If you want to come in the comments, say, that's great. That's fine. But I won't. You know what I mean? I won't. I respect privacy. I really do. And, I will get your stuff out to you later today, this evening, Saturday, on July the 13th. I'm going to also, probably right about this time here, I'm going to roll the last video where a lot of this video here was gone over. We still only made it two more minutes into this. Just 2 more minutes into this, and 2 hours. Here we go. But I'm going to dismantle you, Owen. I'm going to dismantle you. Word by word by word. I promise you. Covert Radio. This is brutally honest, fearlessly unapologetic talk radio. You guys take care. Have a good day.
I've got it figured.
You do?
I've had 2 separate folks tell me there have been strangers around these parts last couple nights. Can't tell what they look like, because they're staying in the shadows, covert-like. Nobody's been hurt, mind you, and that's the giveaway.
I see.
It's called probing. It's a military procedure. You send out a reconnaissance group, very small, check things out. Not to engage, but to evaluate the situation, evaluate the level of danger, make sure things are all clear.
Clear for what?
For the rest of them.
You are listening to Covert Radio.